Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with very interesting chapter, which is a cash flow statement. But before that, we are going to revise that financial statement. So in financial statements, we learn about managerial remuneration. That is 11% of the net profit overall remuneration. If there is one manager, it is 5%. And if it is the whole-time directors and their team, then it is a 10%. You have a manager, in that case, part-time director will get only 1%. But if you do not have any part-time director, in that case, you will get 3%. What about dividend? Dividend can be declared out of the current year profit. Any profit, from profit, you can declare any dividend. But if you are using past year profits, you have to understand there are three rules that we have to see. Number one, average dividend rate must be less than, your declared dividend rate must be less than the average rate of last 3 years. So past 3 years dividend rate, you will compare with current year dividend rate. After that, second one is maximum withdrawal. That is a 10% of the paid up capital plus free reserves. But paid up capital is including preference share capital. And last one, after withdrawal, it will be 15% of the total paid up capital, the balance in the general reserve. So minimum balance in general reserve will be 15% of your paid up capital after withdrawal. So friends, after that, we have seen this balance sheet pro forma, which is equity and liability, shareholder fund, share capital, reserves and surplus, non-current liability, long-term borrowing, deferred tax liability, other long-term liability, long-term provisions, current liability, short-term borrowing, trade payable, other current liability, short-term provisions. Non-current assets, property, plant and equipment, intangible assets, capital, WIP, intangible assets under development, non-current investment, deferred tax asset, long-term loans and advances, other non-current assets. Current assets is CIT, CSO, current investment, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, short-term loans and advances, other current assets. Today's chapter, now, basic concepts are very important. So before starting today's session, as you are aware, our rules of accounts are divided in two parts. One is a traditional approach and second one is a modern approach. Traditional approach, it is a nominal account, real account and personal account. So personal account, the first rule will be due relationship. That is when it is a sale, debit the debtor, and when it is a purchase, your creditor. So credit the creditor and debit the receiver, credit the giver. As you are aware that debtor becomes giver, creditor becomes receiver. Real account debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Personal and real account are carried to balance sheet and nominal accounts are transferred to P&L. Modern approach, asset shows debit balance, liability shows credit balance, expenses debit balance, income credit balance, and capital credit balance. Regularly revise these rules of accounts for your revision purpose. Today, we need 100% attention. Today's concept clarity day. So understand the concepts of different types of activities in cash flow statement. Why cash flow statement? First, we will start with the cash flow statement. Suppose if I sell goods on credit and if I purchase goods on cash, on paper, I will be having huge profits. I will be having huge profits on paper. But whether there is working capital or whether there is any cash is in my hand, no. Why? Because my sales is on credit and my purchases is on cash. So I'm paying regularly in cash, but I'm not getting any cash flows. And beta, that's why cash flow statement is very important. Apart from that, suppose my business is actual business, is professional business. So from client, I'm getting fees, from students, I'm getting fees. So this is my professional business. But beta, I invested somewhere. It is not my regular activity. I invested somewhere. For example, I invested in one shop or one house property and I'm getting rent from that. That is not my business. But I bought that property or investment I have done only from the cash which is generated from business. But whether this is my regular activity, no, this is my investing activity. So as a reader, you must be aware what are your activities and how you are getting inflows. From regular business, how much you are getting, from investment income, how much you are getting. And apart from that, whenever you are taking some finance, how you are taking finance, what is your own finance, and what is your loan. So that is also, and what interest you are paying on that, or what dividend you are paying on that, that is also having some separate activity. So businessman is not only interested in net profit. At the end, he is interested what is in cash. But we are follower of accrual concepts. So just by looking into profit and loss account, we are never getting any idea about cash which is generated, and that's why cash flow statement chapter is there. So first question to you, why this chapter? And why this chapter? Logic is very simple. Cash flow statement logic is, what is the cash generated by person or by businessman while doing all these activities? And while doing these activities, what is his core income and what is his side income? So that is very important in cash flow statement. And by preparing cash flow statement, we'll get the basic idea, not about profit. So those business which are in huge profit may find cash crunch, and that cash crunch can be understood. What is the deficit that can be understood by cash flow statement? So give me it in the comment section what you understood. Yes, I will just read why cash flow statement is prepared. Basic understanding, what you understood from this 5 minutes. Okay. So beta, whatever you understood, you can tell me. Madhuri Nikhari, very good. Yes, Pooja, good morning. Vikas, Bhargavi ji, Isha, Vidya. Today new students names. Dhanupriya, Shivani ji. Soumya, Vaishali, Hitesh. Very good morning. Other students, Matanjali and all. I always know these students' names. Okay. So first answer by Matanjali. So logic of this chapter is that there is to calculate how much cash is generated from business activities. Cash flow statement is prepared to show the cash generated from different activities undertaken by the business. Yes, Akash Nil, very good. Tania बोल रही है. Cash flow statements are prepared to know the working capital available, not exactly working capital available, but Tania ji, more precise answer is that cash flow statement is to prepare show the cash generated from different activities. That is Akash Nil's answer. Yes. But obvious working capital is also important, and that you can understand how much cash you are generated from the operating activity and how much cash is in the business. That will be understood by cash flow statement. Okay, no problem. Yes. Cash flow statement is to made to know the flow of cash. How many we get from the out business, from investment, and yes, okay, ठीक है. सुमंग कांता बोल रही है सिर्फ गुड मॉर्निंग. पूनम शर्मा भी बोल रहे हैं सिर्फ गुड मॉर्निंग. ओके, न्यू स्टूडेंट्स. विद्या ने लिखा है कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट इज प्रिपेयर्ड टू नो द जनरेशन ऑफ कैश, to know our own cash and other cash generated in the business. Yes, in simple language, you can say it like this. So in simple language, yes, beta, actually, you are not interested in the accrual profit, because accrued profit will never give you the clear cut concept of how much cash you have generated, and that will be understood by which statement? Cash flow statement. So every company, S3 public company, so which are in now level 1 enterprises, you will understand in the accounting standard. So now I'm not going to take it, but remember, all public companies normally who are listed on the stock exchange, they have to prepare this cash flow statement. Even income tax officers are also demanding cash flow statements for sole proprietorship. Okay, so these cash flow statements are very important. In simple language, who will prepare it? So level 1 enterprises. And what are level 1 enterprises? That will understand at the time of accounting standard. So accounting standard, we will take it in detail. So at that time, you'll understand it. So don't worry. So yes, today's unit number 2, cash flow statement. Understand it quickly. This is accounting standard number 3. So remember, this is accounting standard number 3, and which is apart from your financial statement, balance sheet, and profit and loss account. So first concept. So this is not related to any journal entry, ledger, trial balance, P&L, balance sheet. So this financial statement is a separate statement, and it is only given for the user to read the financial statement apart from balance sheet and profit and loss account, and it has no connection with your journal entries, ledger, trial balance. So it is a separate statement by taking the help of balance sheet and profit and loss account. So this statement, so understand, while preparing this statement, you need only profit and loss account and balance sheet. You won't need that journal entries, ledger, trial balance. Okay, so this is prepared after balance sheet and profit and loss preparation. Okay, so this statement, and yes, chartered accountant is getting very proper amount for this service which is provided from the cash flow statement. So this is a separate statement, and you can charge to your client separately for only for preparation of cash flow statements. Okay, so ये statement बहुत ही important है, और ये स्टेटमेंट में आपको पूरा का पूरा कैश कितना आता है जाता है ये समझ में आता है डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज से। और ये याद रखना कि ये कोई भी चार्टर अकाउंटेंट के लिए कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट आना बहुत जरूरी है, और उसके लिए उसको जर्नल एंट्रीज, लेजर, ट्रायल बैलेंस का सहारा नहीं लेना पड़ता है। आप सिर्फ बैलेंस शीट और प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट से ये कर सकते हो। तो ये बहुत ही सिंपल स्टेटमेंट होता है जिसके लिए आपको क्या लगेगा, बैलेंस शीट एंड P&L. So understand it quickly what we are going to see. So overview of this chapter, what we are going to see in this elements of cash. So what are elements of cash? Objective, we are going to understand. Classification I already explained you. There is OA operating activity, IA investing activity, FA financing activity. So OA, IA, FA, these three activities are important. OA, IA, FA, OA, IA, FA. Methods of cash flows. Now methods of cash flows of operating activity. So OA activity has two methods. Important terms, logic of cash flow statement, formats. So today we are going to see logic and formats. So next time when you come to the class, at least 3 to 4 problems you can solve. Okay, so elements of cash. चलो, so start करते हैं elements of cash. Pooja ji, I will share it in the Telegram channel, index of financial statements. Okay. Chalo. Elements of cash. So, beta, first thing, 5 to 6 pages. Yes, I don't know exactly how many pages are there for this chapter. Index. Okay, big chapter. 7 to 8 pages, my friend. Oh, very big chapter, my friend. Chalo, so 7 to 8 pages कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट के लिए छोड़ देना, इंडेक्स के लिए। फॉर इंडेक्स 7 to 8 pages. Okay, so as you are aware about these columns, what are columns beta? Serial number, page number, remarks and categories. So problem number, illustration number, पेज नंबर, रिमार्क्स, कैटेगरीज. सो इंडेक्स को अच्छे से बना लो. यस, इंडेक्स को बना लो. आप क्यों बैठे हो बेटा? कर लो ना फिर. चलो, so after 8 pages, write down elements of cash. Okay, sorry. Elements of cash. Elements of cash is not only cash in hand. Remember, it is not only cash in hand, but it is also demands deposit with banks. So remember, it is not only that you are using cash in hand, it is demand deposits with bank and cash equivalent also. So cash equivalent means it is a bank balance in simple language, and these are highly liquid. Highly liquid means which are short term highly liquid, so you can invest it and you will get it in within 2 days. It's like, you will get your investment within 2 days. It's called as elements of cash. So it is not 1 month also. It is very quickly realizable assets. Okay, realizable means you are getting cash from this. So this is highly liquid investment. So ये याद रखना, ये आपको तुरंत आपका पैसा मिल जाएगा, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं elements of cash. Okay, so write down these elements of cash: cash in hand, demand deposit with bank and cash equivalent, short term highly liquid investment. So लिख लीजिए जल्दी से elements of cash. Elements of cash. तनिष्का बेटा मैसेज मिल रहा है मुझे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Lakshmi ji, you can, yes, copy it afterwards. No need to copy it now. Index. Chalo. So cash equivalent, short term highly liquid investment. Understood? So what is the objective of this? Very simple. Don't write this. To identify the historical changes in cash and cash equivalent. So what is your opening cash? For example, suppose now here Pratham has opening balance of rupees 100. Opening balance of rupees 100, and today he got 700 rupees from his mom. So 700 rupees. So now how much cash you have? 800. So from 800, फर्स्ट थिंग, यस बेटा, पेट्रोल भर दिया उसने. सो पेट्रोल कितने का भरा आपने? 200 रुपए का. सो नाउ ही हैज 600. आफ्टर दैट ही हैज टेकन सम ब्रेकफास्ट ऑफ रुपीज 100. ब्रेकफास्ट के बाद आज सैटरडे नाइट है, तो आज तो बहुत अलग लेवल पे जाएगा ये बंदा, तो 300-400 रुपया उसमें जाएगा. यस, तो 300-400 रुपीज. तो दिस कॉस्टिंग, okay, so how he has invested this cash, and 100 rupees and 800 rupees. Opening balance is 100 and closing balance is 800. So 800 ही बताया ना, कितना दिया था मॉम ने? 700. So closing balance after this, and now he left with only 50 rupees. He left with rupees 50. So 100 to 50 ka journey is called as cash flow statement. It's called as cash flow statement. And that you have to write it in the activity wise. So identify historical change in cash and cash equivalent to determine the future requirement of cash flow statement. So beta, very important. So cash flow statement will guide you to having, suppose if you have any deficit, so how this deficit will be fulfilled in the future, that you will understand it by cash flow statement. To assess the ability of generated cash and cash equivalent. Next one is to estimate the future requirement. So future requirement is also very important. Compare the operational efficiency of the different enterprise. So operational activities are important, and that you can compare it. Insolvency and liquidity position. So P&L will not give you insolvency, and better when, suppose on paper, if I am having money, but if you are my creditor and I'm not paying you because I do not have money in my pocket, in that case it is insolvency indication. So सपोज तो बाहर जाके तू क्या बोलेगा, अरे संकेत सर सिर्फ बड़ा यहाँ पे बड़ी बड़ी बातें और वड़ा पाव खाते, ऐसा होता है। तो ये जो चीज है ये आप बताओगे कि संकेत सर यार पैसा तो देखो ऐसा दिखाते कि ऑन पेपर में इतना कमाता हूं उतना कमाता हूं और एक चाय का पैसा भी नहीं देते, तो ये क्या होगा, इट इज इंसॉल्वेंसी। तो दिस इज द इंडिकेटर। सपोज इफ यस आई एम हैविंग मनी but it is not in cash, I am having that in the case of investment in the property, but ultimately creditors are important, they require cash, and that will be understood by preparing cash flow statement. Why you do not have cash? So that will the that information you are getting by from cash flow statement. So your insolvency position or liquidity position of an enterprise can be assessed by using the information of cash flow statement. In examining the relationship between profitability and cash flow, whether profit and cash flow are same or different. Yes beta, whether we are earning profit in cash or on, yes, profit is accrual and cash flow statement is a cash basis. So what you have to do is simple language. Now we are going to prepare financial statement by not using the accrual concept, we are using it by using cash concept. So now we are switching to cash concept, and that's why it is a separate statement, because accounting standard 1 won't allow you to prepare financial statement in cash flow. Okay, cash statement. So we are preparing one separate statement to know the cash profit, cash basis profit, and in that also that cash profit, because your P&L is not consisting of different activities, it is only one statement. All income, other income is also included in your P&L. But cash flow statement will give you different types of income. For your investment income is different and your operating income is different. So cash flow statement will not give you total income. Your P&L will give you total income. You can write these things somewhere. The P&L is based on accrual concept on module itself or in your study material or in your notebook. You can write this. The P&L is based on accrual concept. P&L is based on accrual concept and including total income, but cash flow statement is based on cash concept, and we will get operating income separately, our business income separately, and our investment income separately. Now you got this concept, beta. Simple che. Yes. Okay. Over. So cash flow statement is based on accrual concept. Cash flow statement, cash basis, and P&L is based on very good accrual concept. थोड़ा focus कीजिए हर्षप्रथम जी. Now classification of cash flow activities. How many activities are there, beta? Operating, investing, financing. So write down classification of cash flow activities. Classification of cash flow activities. Okay. Operating activities means your principal revenue generating activity. Investing activity means you acquired and dispose whatever the long-term assets or other investment. So building I purchase or investment or any plant and machinery, any investment, any asset I bought, it is investing activity. And financing activity is composition of changes in your liabilities or capital. Capital or liability means liability side is related to financing activity and asset side is related to investing activity. In simple language, you have to just check whether it is asset side, then asset side to kaun si activity mein aa jayega. If there is a change, it is investing activity, and financing activity is separate. So all of you, yes, just write down this and tell me over after writing classification over. Yes. After writing this, you can tell me in the comment section classification over. Very good, Sakshi. Three activities. Okay. Chalo. So now let's move to next concept. Now I will ask you three activities you have to identify. Okay, and write it like one O, yeah, I or F. Now it's time for interaction. So everyone, refund of income tax received. What do you think? Refund of income tax received, which activity? Operating, investing, or financing? Yes. Please check its source. On what you are paying income tax? On your profit. And source will decide your activity. O, I, F. बोलिए जल्दी से, लगाइए लॉजिक और बताइए कौन सी एक्टिविटी. Operating activity. If you are finding any activity which is difficult, please note down it somewhere. Okay. Only difficult activities you can note down. Otherwise, yes, at the end you can take a screenshot for all activities. First answer, who answered it correctly? Today's action day. Himanshu Gupta. Yes. Very good. So Himanshu Gupta ने आंसर दे दिया ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. सी बेटा इनकम टैक्स यू आर पेइंग normally on your business income, and business is your operating income. If you are paying any income tax on selling of asset, that is short term capital gain or long term capital gain, that is investing activity. Okay, but nothing is mentioned, then it is income tax is operating activity. Which activity beta? Operating. I will check. So if number one, so this is number one and you answered it. Refund of income tax received is operating activity. Short-term deposits. Short-term deposits. Which activity? Number two. Short-term deposits. Tell me which activity. Yes, beta. So correct answer for number two. You don't have to write full beta. You can write O, I, and F. Only three words. Either O, I, or F. So second one is investing activity. It might be short term or long term. Cash flow statement doesn't matter whether it's long term or short term. So investing activity. So number two, investing activity. थोड़ा Yes, very good. Who answered it? This time Tanishka Agarwal ji. Yes, first answer by Tanishka. बेटा फाइनेंसिंग नहीं हो सकता जनेशा जी. इट इज इन्वेस्टिंग. इफ यू आर गेटिंग अ रॉन्ग आंसर प्लीज नोट डाउन इट समवेयर. Number 3, CC, cash credit. Cash credit means one type of loan. It's very simple. Number 3, it's very simple. Financing. Number 3 is financing. Who is answering fast? Yes, I will tell the name. Who answered very fast? Number 3. अंकित गुप्ता. अंकित गुप्ता और उसके बाद हिमांशु गुप्ता. सब गुप्ता जी बहुत आंसर दे रहे. ओके. Bank code is simple, so don't write it. Bank code is financing. Now it's simple, then I won't ask you. Now you tell me. Brokerage paid on purchase of investment. This is number 4. So number 4 is brokerage paid on purchase of. Number 4, brokerage paid on investment. Himanshu, wrong. Number 4. Yes, this is number 4 actually. This time Chandwani ji answered it, beta. Investing activity, which is the yes, answer is investing activity. See the root. Root is you are doing investment, and on that you are paying brokerage. So root is investing activity, and therefore brokerage is also investing activity, and is your outflow. It's your outflow. Rent paid, beta. Rent paid. It's day-to-day activity. So rent paid, number 5 is an operating activity. It's very simple. Number 5 is, yes, this is actually number 5. Now tell me underwriting commission paid. Yes, this is number 6. Number 5 over, this is underwriting commission is number 6. Yes, 5 number operating activity, everyone answered it. Beta, whenever I'm asking you question, that is numbering I'm giving. Okay. Don't give number for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. Now I'm telling you this is a commission is number 6. So write down 6 and your answer. Underwriting commission paid. बेटा लॉ तो पढ़ लिया आपने और 10 बार बताया अंडरराइटर कमीशन कब होता है. नंबर 6, नंबर 6 यू टू टेल मी व्हाई. ठीक है चलो. See the root. This time Pooja from NRO answered it correctly. Number 6. Number 6 is financing activity and Pooja answered it correctly. Beta underwriter, why we appoint underwriter? You don't know who is underwriter? बेटा प्री एंड पोस्ट इनकॉर्पोरेशन में भी हो गया. हु इज अंडरराइटर? कौन होता है अंडरराइटर? बापरे, लॉ हो चुका है ये बच्चों का. और इवन इन फाउंडेशन मैंने अंडरराइटर ये वर्ड बोला था. अरे बेटा अंडरराइटर ये एक एजेंट होता है जो शेयर्स बेच के देता है हमें और डिवेंचर्स बेच के देता है. यू डोंट नो द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अंडरराइटर. लॉ हो चुका है आपका. हॉरिबल. Underwriter is a person who helps us to subscribe our shares. तो शेयर कौन सी एक्टिविटी हुई? फाइनेंसिंग। तो अंडरराइटर का कमीशन भी कौन सा एक्टिविटी होगा? अंडरराइटर। ये वर्ड बेटा हमने फाउंडेशन में भी मैंने बताया है 1000 बार। आप फोकस कीजिए स्टडी पे, क्योंकि ये बेसिक वर्ड्स भी आपको नहीं आ रहे। I am taking those names who are answering very fast. So 6 number, underwriter. Over. Dividend paid on preference shares. 7 number. Underwriter is a person. Yes, कौन होता है? बोलो एक बार, मतलब याद आएगा। हाँ, जो शेयर्स बेच के और खरीद के देता है। शॉक्ड? इतने दिन से अंडरराइटर ये वर्ड नहीं पता? 1.5 साल हो गया सीए कोर्स में आपको। डिविडेंड वर्ड तो भी पता है क्या? अभी तो टेंशन नहीं आता मुझे। Number 7. Himanshu Gupta answered very fast this time also. And after that, Madhuri. 7 is financing activity. 7 is financing activity. Income tax paid. कौन सी एक्टिविटी है? अभी रिफंड ऑफ इनकम टैक्स हो गया तो इनकम टैक्स पे कहां ध्यान रहता है, यही नहीं समझता। इफ रिफंड इज ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी तो इनकम टैक्स पेड कौन सी एक्टिविटी होगी? डोंट गिव मी नेम नाउ प्लीज। 7 ही हुए हैं। इनकम ध्यान दीजिए ना। इनकम टैक्स रिफंड यदि ऑपरेटिंग है, अब भी बताया मैंने 2 मिनट 5 मिनट पहले कि यू आर पेइंग इनकम टैक्स ऑन बिजनेस इनकम एंड यू आर सेइंग कि नहीं पता। ध्यान ही नहीं है पढ़ाई में। इनकम टैक्स पेड इज ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी। सिर्फ शॉर्टकट चाहिए, फटाफट खत्म करो। शॉर्टकट नहीं है बाबा सीए कोर्स में। कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं रहता, एंड तक डटे रहना रहता है। सेलिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पेड, एक्सपेंसेस पेड इज ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी। इट्स वेरी सिंपल। रेंट रिसीव्ड ऑन प्रॉपर्टी हेल्ड एज इन्वेस्टमेंट, investing. See the root, we are getting investment income. Dividend received on share held as investment, investing activity. Manufacturing overhead paid, अभी सेलिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कौन सी एक्टिविटी थी? तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवरहेड हम लोग क्यों पे करते? इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए पे करते क्या? फाइनेंस के लिए पे करते क्या? तो कौन सी एक्टिविटी होगी? थोड़ा लॉजिक फटाफट बोलो ना। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवरहेड इज ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी। ऑफिस एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एक्सपेंस पेड, सिंपल है। यू कैन टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट इफ यू वांट। So first slide over. Now we will start once again with one number. So 10 यहाँ पे जितने भी थे वो खत्म हो गए। So this is first operating, investing and financing. You can take a screenshot and you can write it afterwards, all these activities if you want. You can leave some space. Next one. Interest paid on long-term borrowings. So tell me number 1 once again. Yes, you can give it in the comment section. Again, number 1. This is a new slide, new numbering. Yes. See the root. एक तो आया प्रथम को, इट्स अ फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी. It's a financing activity. Interest paid, long-term borrowings is finance. Mohit Chaudhary answered wrongly. Second by Poonam Sharma, financing. Very good, Poonam ji. Hitesh Jain, very good, financing. Interest received on debentures held as investment. Investing. Don't write answer. जब मैं बताता हूं तब भी देना आंसर. Proceeds from sale of patents. Yes. Now give me answer. Number 2 and answer it. Number 2 and answer it. Number 2 and answer it. This time Manoj Kumar answered it very fast. This is investing income. Number 2 था investing income. See the root, beta. See the root. Shweta Jain, please see the root. Patents. Patents is my asset. And if I am selling it, this is my investment income. So any asset you sold or purchased, it is investing income. Remember, you can write it somewhere. Whenever asset is sold or purchased, any asset, it is which income? Investing. Investing. Wages and salaries paid. Operating. ये प्रथम को आया इसलिए नहीं लूंगा. Interim dividend paid on equity shares. Financing. Dividend paid is financing. Dividend received is investing. Remember. Cash paid to supplier. Operating. Creditors is day to day. Operating. Purchase of goodwill. Investing. Very simple. Investing. Proceeds from sale of investment. Investing. Cash purchases. Operating. प्रथम को आया तो मैं नहीं ले रहा हूं. Yes, you can take a screenshot if you want. हाँ, प्रथम को आया तो मैं आगे जा रहा हूं. So second classification over. So operating activity, investing and financing. Easy है. Next one. Redemption of preference shares. Third slide. Redemption of preference shares. Financing. Very good. Preference shares का financing. Purchase of investment. Investing. Now everyone tell me this one. Number 1. Now you can write number 1 and answer it. Number 1, trading commission received and answer it. Trading commission received. Which activity? Number 1 and answer it. प्रथम को नहीं आया था ये. ऑपरेटिंग. हाँ. So trading commission. Trade means regular trading, beta. You are doing it for the business. Cash receipt from trade receivables. ट्रेड रिसीवेबल आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट होती है. अरे थोड़ा ध्यान दो ना यार आप. ट्रेड रिसीवेबल ये आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट होती है. डेटर्स. डे टू डे एक्टिविटी है ट्रेडिंग मतलब. प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम ट्रेड रिसीवेबल सेम. प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स फाइनेंसिंग. कैश सेल्स. हाँ तो फ्रॉम मतलब लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स क्या हुआ? प्रोसीड मतलब पैसा ही आता है ना लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग से, रीपे करो या लाने दो। कैश सेल्स ऑपरेटिंग, प्रोसीड फ्रॉम इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल, हाँ ये बोल के चाहिए, प्रोसीड फ्रॉम इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल। इन्वेस्टिंग कैप, अरे यार एसेट साइड जो है वो इन्वेस्टिंग है। डे टू डे होगा तो ऑपरेटिंग, इन्वेस्टमेंट से रिलेटेड होगा तो इन्वेस्टिंग, लाइबिलिटी साइड से रिलेटेड होगा तो फाइनेंसिंग, परचेस ऑफ मशीनरी, परचेस ऑफ मशीनरी इन्वेस्टिंग, अरे एसेट है इन्वेस्टिंग, फटाफट बोलो। चलो टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट, दिस इज द थर्ड वन। ओवर, सो क्लासिफिकेशन कंप्लीटेड बेटा, वेरी इजी। क्लासिफिकेशन, ऑपरेटिंग, इन्वेस्टिंग, फाइनेंसिंग। नेक्स्ट वन, one illustration I am giving you, cash flow from investing activity you have to find out. Now, how to find out cash flow from investing activity? You just have to tell me whether this is investing. If it is cash comes in, so you will add, and if cash goes out, you will deduct it. Simple है. चलो बताइए. No, not इलू one. This is my illustration. Plant acquired by issue of 8% debentures. तो आपसे पैसा जाएगा या आएगा? Plant acquired by issue of, you have to find out cash flow from investing activity. Yeah? Cash flow from investing activity. So tell me, every one of you now, plant acquired by issue. So illustration का आंसर अभी आप लोग बता रहे हो मुझे. Yes, plant acquired by issue of 8% debentures. अभी जैसे ही क्लास खत्म होगा, after getting class over, तो first thing, recall all these activities. Screenshot लेके याद कर लो and ask each other, each activity, which activities, machinery purchase, redeemable preferences. You ask to your friend. Plant acquired by issue of 8% debentures. Yes बेटा, investing activity में पैसा जाएगा या नहीं जाएगा? This won't affect your cash flow statement because plant comes in and you are giving debentures. So whether cash is involved, no. So it won't affect your cash flow statement. It won't affect your cash flow statement. So somewhere write it, this illustration. Yes, plant acquired. Don't take screenshots. Write down. So all these three activities के लिए एक पेज छोड़ दो, one page, you can copy it afterward, and then you can write this illustration, write down, find out cash flow from operating activity. What you have to write? Find out cash flow from operating activity and write down this example, plant acquired by way of issue of 8% debentures, and in bracket, लिखो no cash inflow oblique outflow. So cash flow statement में आएगा क्या ये? Yes, it won't come in your cash flow statement. You don't have to record it in cash flow statement. Why? Because this is not cash inflow or outflow. Next one. Okay. Not amounts to cash outflow. Unsecured loan given to subsidiary. Loan given to subsidiary. Which activity? Loan given to subsidiary, not taken. If you are giving loan to someone, so it is your investment, and you are taking loan or repayment of loan, then it is financing. So ये दूसरा भी नहीं आया. IMP, unsecured loan given to subsidiaries. Yes beta, it will come in your cash flow statement or not in investing activity. हाँ, तो आएगा या नहीं आएगा? आएगा. And which, inflow or outflow? Inflow, then it is a positive figure. But beta, loan given from the business, so it is outflow. Just think it ना, मैंने पैसा दिया, आया क्या? मैं सब्सिडरी हूं क्या? I have given loan. So cash outflow or inflow? Outflow. Cash outflow. So write down unsecured loan given to subsidiaries in bracket outflow. Outflow. थोड़ा दिमाग लगाइए, बिजनेस में पैसा आया या जा रहा है? When they repay it, when subsidiary repays it, then it is inflow. Interest on loan received from subsidiary companies. Interest on loan, बेटा इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी था ये. This is investing activity. Someone has written this is financing. No, we have invested in that subsidiary company and we are getting interest on loan. So whether it is inflow or outflow, inflow. So interest on loan from subsidiary company is your inflow, positive figure. Inflow, investing activity का. Pre-acquisition dividend received. What is your entry beta? Pre-acquisition dividend received. In investment, we passed already this entry. What is the entry for pre-acquisition and post-acquisition? कुछ याद आ रहा है क्या आपको? कुछ भी नहीं. थोड़ा याद करो. प्री एक्विजिशन वर्ड यूज किया था क्या? प्री एक्विजिशन डिविडेंड याद करो, क्या था कॉन्सेप्ट? दिमाग को थोड़ा थोड़ा परेशान करो. यस, प्री एक्विजिशन डिविडेंड. व्हाट इज द एंट्री? चलो दिल्ली में से कितने बच्चे बता रहे देखते. व्हाट इज द एंट्री फॉर प्री एक्विजिशन एंड व्हाट इज द एंट्री फॉर पोस्ट एक्विजिशन? थोड़ा दे तू है ना, वर्ड को देखा कर, लॉजिक याद कर. प्री एक्विजिशन आधा तो वर्ड में से समझ में आता है. आपके मम्मी पापा ने आपको कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में डाला था, वर्ड से भी आप खेल के समझ सकते हो. एवरीथिंग इज लॉजिकल. प्री एक्विजिशन इन्वेस्टमेंट के कम से कम 8 से 10 क्वेश्चन तूने सॉल्व किए हैं ये एंट्री के लिए. और ये देखो, नहीं तो तू 1.5 ग्रुप पे से 1 ग्रुप पे आ जा. अभी नहीं हो रहा है तेरे से. प्री एक्विजिशन देखो, बच्चे एंट्रीज भेजेंगे, मुझे पता है. What is the entry for pre-acquisition dividend received? अभिषेक तिवारी जी. What is the entry? हिमांशु ने आंसर दिया. अरे यार, तुम लोगों को प्री एक्विजिशन डिविडेंड बहुत बता ना बाबा. प्री एक्विजिशन वी डू नॉट हैव दैट शेयर्स, 5000 shares. Existing shares are already there. On that, if you are getting any dividend, we credit it to P&L account. Post acquisition, pre acquisition means you acquired. दहेज में आया हुआ डिविडेंड जो हमने बताया था. मैंने ये कॉन्सेप्ट 10-10 बार बताई थी कि मैंने शेयर्स लिए, कट ऑफ डेट पे मेरे पास शेयर्स नहीं थे. सॉरी, कट ऑफ डेट पे शेयर्स थे, पर मेरे पास पिछले साल शेयर्स नहीं थे. तो वो शेयर्स में P&L में डालूंगा या इन्वेस्टमेंट को? तो आप थोड़ा तो दिमाग लगाइए ना. कट ऑफ डेट. यार सुबह सुबह गुस्सा आता है फिर. प्री एक्विजिशन डिविडेंड की एंट्री हमने 10 प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किए रहेंगे इसके ऊपर. शांति. क्या इंटरेस्ट देते हैं, कैश टू कैपिटल रिजर्व, कौन है ये, क्या इशारे, थोड़ा तो पढ़ाई करो यार सब लोग प्लीज. Prepare one notebook daily, 10 minutes, all costing formulae, 10 minutes, all accounts before sleep, and change your sequence. If today you are doing income tax, then tomorrow accounts costing, then day after tomorrow, law provisions. Read it. यार नहीं होता सीए उसके बिना. प्लीज डोंट टेक इट कैजुअली. रिविजन्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आधा काम रिविजन्स करवा देगा 70%. प्रिपेयर यूर स्मॉल नोटबुक. वो नोटबुक शो पीस नहीं है. यू ऑलरेडी हैव दैट नोटबुक एंड बिफोर स्लीप ऑलवेज रीड दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ यूट्यूब और ऑल दिस. Otherwise, do one thing. Have recordings. Whenever you are traveling, listen that videos or audios. अपने आवाज में रिकॉर्डिंग करो. फैकल्टी के आवाज में मत करने लगाओ. ये स्टोरी टेलर ऐप नहीं है. यूज योर ओन वॉइस. भले कितना भी खराब रहने दो, बट डू इट. Those who answered it wrongly, यार मेरा मूड जाता है. किसी ने, आधे लोग वॉट एवर दे थिंक एंट्री देते हैं. नहीं करनी है पढ़ाई, सबको छोड़ दो यार. Just you are taking classes on app and you are not revising. It is of no use. Why are you wasting your time in this course? Simple tha. Cut off date, we don't have that shares, and that's why we are getting. So strike होना चाहिए ये हर एक को. And I'm telling you, I'm not here only to give sessions and earning money. I want every one of you pass in the exam. तो नहीं तो सीखा के फायदा क्या. फिर तो प्रैक्टिस ही अच्छा है ना, कि क्लाइंट को बोलो उसका इंफॉर्मेशन दे दो. यहाँ पे सिखाने के लिए एक पैशन है, इसलिए मैं आ रहा हूं. फिर कि पास करवाया, ये क्या मैं बाकी फैकल्टीज जैसा हूं क्या. आई वॉन्ट टू टेक इट एट नेक्स्ट लेवल. आईसीआई जो दे रही आप, और आप यदि रिवीजन नहीं करोगे, हाउ वी आर गेटिंग रिजल्ट. चलो छोड़ो. प्री एक्विजिशन डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड, इट्स नॉट, it's yeah, either post acquisition or pre acquisition. We are going to write it in investing activity. It will change the amount or account. Investing activity आएगा pre or post, but when you are doing journal entry for that in our regular books, for post acquisition it's your bank to P&L, and second one is bank to investment in case of pre acquisition. If you have shares in the last year also and on cutoff date also, it's a post acquisition. But we do not have shares in last year, but still we are getting share amount. Why? Because shares are on. फोकस ही नहीं है यार. क्या सोचते रहते, कौन से साल में शेयर नहीं था और कब शेयर्स है. हाँ तो वही पूछ रहा हूं मैं. आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है क्या. तो ध्यान दीजिए थोड़ा. लॉस्ट क्यों होते हो आप. प्री एक्विजिशन और पोस्ट एक्विजिशन कौन से स्टेटमेंट में मैटर नहीं करेगा. कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में इट डजंट मैटर, बट इन यूर रेगुलर बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स इट मैटर्स. Post acquisition you will credit to which account, P&L, and pre acquisition you will credit to investment account. Those who have not answered, answer it. Everyone write it in comment section what you understood, where it matters and where it won't matters, and tell me entry also, pre acquisition and post acquisition. Don't give me only treatment, past journal entry. राइट इट फास्ट। मजाक बना के रखा है सीए कोर्स का, याद ही नहीं आता पिछला, 1000 बार बोला है पिछला रिवाइज करो। मेरे एफर्ट्स भी जीरो, तुम्हारे एफर्ट्स भी जीरो। लास्ट मंथ में स्टार्ट करोगे रिवीजन, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट रीड इट टू डेली, ऑल फॉर्मूले, हार्डली इट टेक्स 10 to 15 मिनट्स। गाड़ी पे आते जाते रिकॉल करो। क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? देर आर सम पीपल हु वांट टू डू दिस सीए कोर्स, आई एम गेटिंग मैसेज फ्रॉम दोज पीपल हु आर एट द एज ऑफ 50 बट दे डू नॉट हैव टाइम। और ये आपका एज है जिसमें आप पढ़ाई कर सकते हो, अगला 10-15 साल अच्छा जाएगा, 25 साल, 30 साल, 40 साल लाइफ के जाइए। पर पढ़ना नहीं है हमें, हमें मस्ती करनी है, मूवीज देखने हैं, नेटफ्लिक्स देखना है, पबजी खेलना है। मेहनत कर रहे हो ना, 3 साल तो करो। हाउ इट इज आउटफ्लो, गौतम? whenever you are receiving dividend, it is always inflow. अरे माधुरी जी, बैंक टू पी एंड एल इन केस ऑफ पोस्ट, and in case of pre-acquisition it is bank to investment. At least you wrote it, so मैंने उतनी गलती तो आपकी समझ ली। पूजा ने एंट्री बराबर लिखा है। आकाश नील ने लिखा, लिखो एंट्री तो समझ में आता। कमेंट सेक्शन नहीं तो बैठे रहोगे सिर्फ लेक्चर पर देखते रहना। मैं क्या बाबा जी का कीर्तन नहीं देता हूं? माधुरी, आपको बहुत पढ़ाई की जरूरत है। चलो, so pre-acquisition dividend, what are my expectation from you? You should write bank account debit to investment and bank account debit to P&L. So bank account debit to P&L for post and pre-acquisition bank to investment. It matters in our basic regular books of accounts, but it doesn't matter in cash flow statement because those both activities are investing activities. Debentures interest paid, लिखू क्या नहीं इन्वेस्टिंग में? क्यों नहीं? It's a financing activity. So won't matter here. Investing activity में I won't write it. So debenture interest paid, financing activity, don't write it. Financing activity over. So won't write it in investing activity. Term loan repaid. You will write it in investing or financing? Financing. So term loan repaid, financing activity. So ये question में नहीं आएगा because we are finding out only investing activity. और थोड़ा पानी मार के आओ, अभी ब्रेक होगा, तो मुझे ब्रेक के बाद तो लॉजिक और ज्यादा चाहिए आफ्टर 5-10 मिनट्स। टेलीग्राम पे भी ग्रुप बना के रखा है. देयर आर हार्डली 25 to 30 स्टूडेंट्स विच आर एक्टिव. रिमेनिंग स्टूडेंट्स दे वोंट आंसर इट. एटलीस्ट आप प्रॉपरली कम्युनिकेट करो एक दूसरे से. आस्क ईच अदर एंट्रीज ऑन दैट चैनल एटलीस्ट फॉर 10 minutes. वही वो भी सर ही करवा के देंगे, पर उसमें भी हम लोग नहीं आएंगे. इंटरेस्ट रिसीव्ड ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, इनफ्लो, चलो, and TDS deducted 8,200. Now understand the concept of TDS first. Understand the concept of TDS first. Yes, do you know what is TDS concept? No, beta, that now this is related to abhi isme income. Now there are some sections, TDS, income tax faculty will tell you all these things, TDS. But suppose if ICI is paying me 10,000 rupees. Yes, I'm giving you just one example. ICI is giving me 10,000 rupees. From whom I'm getting this money? ICI. For whom it is income? Yes, SS has income. So I will record it to professional fees. 10,000 as income, and ICI will record this as और क्लासेस एक्सपेंसेस. सपोज ये पैसा मुझे ICI से मिलता है तो क्लासेस एक्सपेंसेस 10,000. ओके, टू SS. Yes, and I will debit ICI. But it is mandatory. Now ICI has, income tax department has made a provision of tax deductible at source. Logic is very simple. Now I will get the income and then I will pay tax at the year end. It might happen that I evade tax. I may not pay tax. So income tax provision is very beautiful. Understand this concept. What income tax says? Whenever there is income, you deduct tax. Those who are paying, they have to deduct tax and file it with income tax department. That return you can file with. And suppose my income does not reach to basic exemption. Okay, so does not reach up to that slab rates. In that case, I can claim refund. I can claim refund. But when I can claim the refund? At the year end. And when I will deduct, who will deduct it in this situation? Who will deduct in this situation 10,000 rupees? Tax कौन deduct करेगा? अरे डिडक्ट कौन करेगा? डिडक्ट मैं करूंगा या ICI करेगी? हाँ, तो वही पूछ रहा हूं मैं. डिडक्ट कौन करेगा? हु इज डिडक्टर? ICI. हु इज डिडक्टी? हाँ, तो मेरे हाथ में 10% कट होके मिलेगा. तो मेरे हाथ में कितना मिलेगा? तो कितना हुआ? 10,000 का. 10,000 का 10% कैलसी पे करते हो? For ICI, it is TDS payable. And for me, it is TDS receivable. इतना कॉम्प्लिकेशन लग रहा है आपको? ICI किसको पे करेगा ये पैसा? TDS गवर्नमेंट को. तो एवरी मंथ को ये पे करना पड़ता है. एवरी मंथ दे हैव टू पे इट. तो रोज नहीं पे करना पड़ता. एक डेट होता है, उस महीने का सभी उसी दिन जाएगा. अभी ICI 50 फैकल्टीज को पेमेंट करता है, तो 50 फैकल्टीज का पेमेंट ICI एक दिन पे पे करेगा. अभी इसके ड्यू डेट्स आपको रियल लाइफ में समझ में आएंगे. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेल यू नाउ दिस. यू आर गेटिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट बिहाइंड इट. व्हाई दिस कॉन्सेप्ट? व्हाई TDS कॉन्सेप्ट? क्यों लाया ये अभी बताया मैंने 5 मिनट पहले कॉन्सेप्ट. व्हाई दिस कॉन्सेप्ट? अरे मैंने अभी बताया, you do not have to evade tax. So government is saying, instead of this payment by Sanket to income tax department, it is coming through ICAI. Tax deducted at source. Source कहां से आया? Where, from where I am getting money? ICI. So ICI will deduct that tax. Whose tax ICI is deducting? Their own tax or संकेत सर का टैक्स? समझ में आया क्या? अभी ये क्यों आया ये प्रोविजन? तो संकेत सर गवर्नमेंट को टैक्स देंगे, इससे अच्छा। और यदि संकेत सर को ये टैक्स स्लैब में नहीं आते हैं, स्लैब रेट्स में, तो संकेत सर क्या करेंगे? स्लैब रेट में नहीं आया तो संकेत सर क्या करेंगे ईयर एंड पे? अरे रिफंड मांगेंगे, रिफंड मांगेंगे। मेरा पैसा ही नहीं गया तो मैं रिफंड मांगूंगा। आप मूवी देखने गए थे, बुक माई शो ने मूवी टिकट कैंसिल किया, तो आप क्या करोगे? ये सब समझ में आता, पर इनकम टैक्स का नहीं समझ में आता। इतना सिंपल है कि आईसीआई विल डिडक्ट टैक्स एंड आईसीआई विल पे दैट टैक्स। ICI has to deduct this tax only for one person. यही तो सीए का काम है, नहीं तो हम लोग लुक्के बैठे रहेंगे दिन भर। ये हमारा काम है टीडीएस रिटर्न भरना, टीडीएस भरना, और ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझ लेना इन इनकम टैक्स। आप एंजॉय कीजिए स्टडी को, और इतना ब्यूटीफुल है ना ये सब कुछ। इट्स वेरी लॉजिकल, बट यू आर मेकिंग इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट। Why? Because you don't want to understand this provision. See, whenever you are learning this concept in income tax, try to understand as your income tax department. Don't try to understand like your SSC. गवर्नमेंट कैसे पैसा कलेक्ट करेगा ये देखिए, और तब जाके इनकम टैक्स सीखोगे। कभी भी एसएससी के जैसा ये मत कीजिए। और है ना, पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट जब मैं बता रहा हूं ना, तब दिमाग में 100% वही कॉन्सेप्ट रखिए जो मैं बोल रहा हूं। 10 चीजें दिमाग में मत रहने दीजिए। थिंक ऑन इट कि ये प्रोविजन क्यों आया। जस्ट डोंट ट्राई टू मग अप ऑल दिस थिंग्स। Who is deducting tax? And whose tax? Sanket sir. For whom it is payable? ICI. To whom ICI will pay? Income tax. And to Sanket sir, out of 10,000, Sanket sir को कितना मिलेगा? 9,000. And TDS payable कितना होगा? 1,000. And then they will credit my account. Sorry, in this case नहीं, my account will be credited in my books, means बैंक अकाउंट में मेरा पैसा आएगा, amount will be deposited, and SS account उनके बुक में whenever they are making payment they will make 9,000. Now what is my duty? How much I am receiving from ICI? 9,000. Now this TDS at the year end, if my income does not reach to basic rate also, so I will ask for refund. So TDS receivable in my books, I will be show like as it is, TDS receivable, and this will be, I want refund for this. So TDS receivable, either I will claim refund, and suppose my income tax, assume 12,000 during the year, sorry, 1,500 during the year. How much income tax? Yes, case 1, it is 1,500. And case 2, it is 800. How much I already paid through ICI? 1,000. So now my income tax account debit, my kharcha will be 1500. Correct hai? My expenditure will be 1500. Should I pay full 1500 or should I adjust that in TDS? Adjust. How much TDS I will adjust? 500. कितना TDS adjust करूंगा मैं? अरे 1500 देना है, कितना ऑलरेडी दे दिया है थ्रू आईसीआई, तो मैं एडजस्ट कितना करूंगा? 1000 एडजस्ट करूंगा। अरे पेमेंट 500 का करूंगा, एडजस्ट मैं बोल रहा हूं, मैं पेमेंट नहीं, मैं एडजस्ट पूछा था आपको। एडजस्ट कितना करूंगा? 1000 एंड टू कैश 500. Got the concept of TDS? Now 800. What is my expenditure? 800. How much I will adjust? अरे 800 रे, 800 I will adjust. 200 I will claim refund. एडजस्ट 800 ही होगा ना, मैं जितना 1000 मेरे अकाउंट में है ऊपर टीडीएस में, मांगा 800 रुपया, तो एडजस्ट कितना करूंगा? 800. एंड कितना रिफंड मांगूंगा? 200. इतना सिंपल है. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. सी once again, think on it and please give me these entries in your comment section. SSK entries. I want only SSK entries. How much income I am getting from ICI? Total 10,000. But how much I will receive? 9,000. Remaining TD. So see, this professional fees is 10,000. And in my hand, I am getting only 9,000. And remaining 1,000 will be adjusted when at the year end. Either adjusted or refund. I will claim for the refund. Beautiful concept of TDS. इतना डिटेल में बता रहा हूं, फिर भी नहीं समझ पाते. Yes. And for this, your articleship is very important. I hope those who are direct entry students, they are getting it. I hope आपके ऑफिस में ये सब आपको समझ में आता होगा. डायरेक्ट एंट्री स्टूडेंट्स, those who are foundation based students, they can visualize these entries. प्रथम बैठा मत रहो, लिखो. My income देख के भी गलत लिखते बच्चे यार. क्या हाँ, ऊपर टीडीएस रिसीवेबल ही लिखा था ना हमने, तो दैट विल गेट कैंसल. टीडीएस रिसीवेबल. बेटा 800 ही लिखा क्योंकि 800 ही इनकम टैक्स आया, फिर रिफंड के लिए मांगेंगे, जब रिफंड आ जाएगा तब बैंक टू टीडीएस रिसीवेबल 200 रुपीज, टीडीएस रिसीवेबल विल गेट कैंसल। Khushia Sahu is saying, sir, same thing I'm doing in my office. Very good. Please apply logic, Khushia, in your office. Whenever you are passing any entry, before that, think for minimum 5 minutes. Don't copy Pratham. Check it afterwards. First, recall all these entries. एक एक के बुक्स कर, एक एक के पहले एसएस पूरा कर, फिर आईसीआई कर। आईसीआई हैज टू पे इट, सो आईसीआई आपका हर महीने ये पेमेंट के जो भी चालान है, रिटर्न है, ये भरना पड़ेगा। टीडीएस के काम के लोग बहुत पैसे लेते हैं अलग से, तो आपको ये सीखना पड़ेगा। टीडीएस का काम बहुत बेसिक काम है। यस बेटा चरण तेजा, बट इन एक्चुअल लाइफ इट वॉन्ट हैपन। टीडीएस एडजस्टमेंट की एंट्री अलग होगी। एडजस्टमेंट तू कितना करेगा? 1000 रुपया, जितना बैलेंस है उतना ही। कम आया तो कम रहेगा और बचा हुआ तू रिफंड मांगेगा। अरे श्वेता जैन, क्या एंट्रीज करती हो आप? आईसीआई अकाउंट डेबिट टू संकेत सर, ये कौन सी एंट्री हुई? ना आईसीआई के बुक में ना एसएस के बुक में। कैसे करते हो यार ये एंट्री? एसएस के बुक में आईसीआई आएगा, ये तो मैंने पहली बार एंट्री सुनी, आईसीआई अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसएस। दोनों एंट्री, दोनों बुक साथ में। प्रथम को बहन मिल गई लगता है। श्वेता जैन, बेटा थोड़ा श्वेता दिमाग लगा के एंट्रीज करो बेटा। जो मन में आए वो एंट्रीज करते बच्चे क्या। चलो लास्ट टाइम आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस इन माय बुक। सी, those who are direct entry students, apply common sense and stick to basics. For SS, ICI is a debtor, and for ICI, Sanket Shah is a creditor. करेक्ट है? So for me, ICI account debit 10,000. Why? Because ICI is debtor. Two, professional fees, either I will pass 10,000. Professional fees will be 10,000, but ICI से मुझे 10,000 आने वाला था. This is one option that you have, or you have one more option, that TDS 1,000 you will pass immediately. One and the same effect. when I will receive the amount from ICI, I am getting only 9,000 rupees. So TDS receivable account debit 1,000 and ICI balance is cancelled because debtor becomes giver. Or you can pass like this as also. ICI 9,000 से cancel होगा and TDS receivable will be 1,000. Here also my balance in TDS is 1,000, but here I cancelled ICI by 10,000. Now you are getting these entries. Or you can pass entry ICI say 9,000, TDS receivable 1,000. Then you have to pass entry only bank account debit to ICI 9,000, 9,000. Both are correct. Okay. Now, TDS receivable balance is rupees 1,000. How to adjust it? Adjust with whom? With which account? इनकम टैक्स अकाउंट. बस ज्यादा बोलने का ही नहीं. टीडीएस रिसीवेबल एडजस्ट टीडीएस रिसीवेबल के साथ होगा क्या? इनकम टैक्स. इफ I do not have any income tax payable during the year, then I will claim for refund. Word याद करो, refund. Refund. And whenever I am getting refund, what entry I am going to pass? Bank account debit. Bank account debit to what? To TDS receivable. 1,000. If my income tax during the year calculation is rupees 1,500 and 800, how much balance in TDS receivable? Balance in TDS receivable 1,000. So income tax account debit 1,500 to TDS receivable. I will cancel it by rupees 1,000 to bank 500. Here my liability is income tax account debit to TDS receivable. How much? 800. So how much TDS is deducted? I will claim for refund now. 200. Sorry. Bank account debit to TDS receivable. All entries are over. Again, debtor-creditor relationship. Take a break. And after break, we are going to solve remaining part of TDS. I hope now you understood it. Today, I want to complete logic of cash flow statement. Make sure. So this is only we have divided till now all activities. And see, whenever I am scolding you, it's for your benefit because you are not applying it logically. तो देखिए, भूल जाते हो तो आप मुझे गुस्सा लाते हो और बाद में बोलेंगे कि सर गुस्सा क्यों करते हैं. कितना कैजुअल अप्रोच है स्टडी के बारे में. थिंक इट. टेक अ ब्रेक and we will meet after the break at 8:40. Yes. So before break, we have seen the concept of TDS. I hope now everyone is clear with this concept of TDS. But friends, remember, whenever I'm giving you any concept and scolding you, it's only for your benefit. So after in break, I realized that I scold Pratham. But beta, what happens if you don't recall previous things? And you are taking, yes, he's taking lot of efforts from morning 7 to night 9. But if you are not doing proper revision, it's of no use. So faculty every time can't take all concepts in detail, or it's not possible. Sometimes you also have to show some interest. If any concept you are not getting it, please sit for some time, understand the concept, and again revise it. So revisions, yes, एक काम करेंगे आज से हम लोग रिविजन्स शुरू ही कर देंगे. नाउ आई एम स्कैर्ड कि प्री पोस्ट का कट ऑफ डेट ही प्रथम को याद नहीं आया. तो प्लीज नाउ इट्स हाई टाइम बेटा. And in costing also, it's my request for practical subjects in income tax, you revise it properly. For you maintain 100 pages notebook in which you will write all important provisions or all formulae. And better in CA course, that wordings are very important. It's not possible that you will read and learn as it is all provisions. For example, if you see my concepts also, I always focus on that word. Now, pre and post acquisition, what comes to my mind is that cutoff date. Theory is a separate part, but that cutoff date, that hint is only cutoff date. So you have to identify hint of every concept. TDS. Now, what comes to my mind in TDS concept? For who is giving money, ICI, for them it is liability. And for who is taking money, for them it is an asset. So TDS is asset for me. Remember, I will record my income at gross. So see, my income is 10,000, that professional fees. But in my bank account, I am getting only 9,000. I am getting only 9,000. So this is a basic difference between TDS receivable and TDS payable. So interest received on investment. So what is interest received on investment? It is 68,000. And TDS is 8,200. So in my bank account, I will receive only 68,000. But my income is gross. My income is gross. I have to show it separately. 76,200 is my gross income, and from that I will deduct 8,200. So I will receive only how much I am receiving, beta? 76,200 minus 8,200. It is a presentation. One more time. What is the amount which I received in bank? 68,000. And what is my TDS? 8,200. So total amount received. So total amount received is only 68,200. But what is my income that I want to show? It is 68,200, or gross income I will show gross. But in my bank account, how much is credited? 68,000. So I have to deduct TDS. So you have to show it separately. Gross and TDS. So how you are going to show it? Interest only 68,000 or 76,200? And from that you are going to deduct TDS. Now you got this? Yes. Easy था, लिखना है आपको, लिख लीजिए. So next one is interest received on investment 68,000 and TDS deducted is 6,200. Yes, I will tell you where it is exactly. Show me your study material, beta. Study material दीजिए आपका. I think this question is there in study material. On which page? Yes, page number also. Do you have first material, first study material? You don't have. I think in accounting standard, this question is there in accounting standard. I will show you after this. Okay, कहाँ पे है मैं बताता हूँ आपको. You will get this question in accounting standard. अभी ध्यान में आया क्या आपको? So income हमेशा ग्रॉस पे होता है, पर हाथ में कट होके पैसा आता है, टीडीएस कट होके आपके हाथ में आएगा। यस, एक कमेंट सेक्शन में सिर्फ इतना ही बता देना कि आज क्या मैं बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा हो गया हूं क्या। ओके, रोज के सेशन से, क्योंकि प्रथम को नहीं आया ना बेटा तो दिल से बुरा लगता है कि क्यों नहीं आया इसको। So TDS, you understood it. Next one. मोहम्मद फरहद बोल रहे यस, और बाकी के लोग बोल रहे नहीं सर आपका गुस्सा जायज से, वी आर यूज टू इट एंड इट्स फॉर आवर मोटिवेटिंग। ओके अंकिता जी, थैंक यू। नहीं नहीं, बार बार नहीं गुस्सा होना है, पर कैसा होता है बहुत सिंपल, आप पिछला रिवीजन नहीं करोगे तो डांट तो खाने वाले हो। ऐसा तो नहीं होगा फिर कि मैं आपकी आरती उतारूंगा। बुक वैल्यू ऑफ प्लांट सोल्ड 84,000, सी द बुक वैल्यू। Yes, in cash flow statement, are you going to write book value or selling price? प्रथम apply logical. हाँ, जितना कैश आएगा वो। Loss incurred is 9,600. So can you find out selling price? Are you going to add it or deduct it? Loss. To get selling price, are you going to deduct it from book value or are you going to add it? ठीक है ना, इतना डर के मारे क्यों बोल रहा है। ओके, yes beta, can you tell me what is the selling price? 74,400. Very good. 74,400. Yes, you are correct. And that's why cash flow from investing activity is 197,700. So what are new concept here? One is of TDS. हाँ, are you going to consider that exchange in cash flow statement? Plant के बदले में debentures दिए. Are you going to consider it? No. So where you will get this question? Okay. गूगल भाई साहब किधर है आप? गूगल गूगल गूगल, ऐसे किधर गया आज? आईपीएल ही दिख रहा है। हाँ, बेटा यू विल गेट दिस ऑन ओवरव्यू ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड चैप्टर नंबर 3 में। यू विल गेट दिस क्वेश्चन इन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 3, that is page number 3 point So illustration number 1 is that classify the activities operating, investing and financing and cash equivalent. You already answered this question. Purchase of machinery वगैरह था ना बेटा। हाँ, तो आपको ये मिल जाएगा उधर। इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी का क्वेश्चन कहाँ पे मिलेगा? हाँ, हाँ, सी पेज 3.63 illustration 5, where you will get this illustration. Page, not in unit 4, chapter 4. In chapter 3 you will get illustration number 5. प्लांट एक्वायर्ड, यस बेटा जल्दी से रिवीजन करो. प्लांट एक्वायर्ड आएगा या नहीं आएगा? नहीं आएगा. क्लेम रिसीव्ड फॉर लॉस, हाँ ये रहेगा, सॉरी ये रहेगा मेरा. यस, ऑर्डिनरी. एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी एक्टिविटी is different. Extraordinary activity means what? Now plant loss by fire, whether this is ordinary activity or extraordinary activity. Extraordinary activity, and therefore insurance claim received on plant loss of plant in fire. So you received claim, so plant is investing, therefore claim is also investing, but you will write it separately, separate line item. Claim received for loss of plant 49,600, separate. Ordinary or extraordinary? Extraordinary. And then you will get cash flow from investing activity after extraordinary item. You got the concept? So where to write loss of plant in fire claim received? Separately. After extraordinary, before extraordinary you will write it, and then you will write that extraordinary activity. So ये question था आपका. Yes, plant acquired by issue of 8% डिबेंचर. चल रिवाइज कर, आएगा या नहीं आएगा इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी में? प्लांट एक्वायर्ड बाय इश्यू ऑफ 8% डिबेंचर्स क्यों नहीं आएगा? कैश फ्लो का कोई संबंध नहीं है. क्लेम रिसीव्ड फॉर लॉस ऑफ प्लांट इन फायर आएगा या नहीं आएगा? एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी. अनसिक्योर्ड लोन गिवन टू सब्सिडियरी आएगा. आउटफ्लो इनफ्लो? आउटफ्लो. सो हियर इट इज आउटफ्लो. Interest on loan received from subsidiary? Inflow. Pre-acquisition dividend received? नहीं. Pre-acquisition dividend received is financing activity. It is investing activity. Debenture interest paid. Debenture interest paid. Interest received is investing. Interest paid is financing. Term loan repaid. Liability side है financing. Interest received on investment. Investing. How much you are going to record? 68 plus 8,200, and from that you will deduct TDS 8,200. So ultimately 68,000. And book value of plant sold. Loss क्या करोगे उनमें से? 84,000 माइनस 9,600. अभी भी आपका प्री एक्विजिशन का वांदा ही दिख रहा है मुझे. चलो कोई बात नहीं. अभी समझ में आया पूरा ये प्रॉब्लम? इजी है. वेयर यू विल गेट दिस क्वेश्चन? अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड. ओवरव्यू ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड. नाउ लेट्स रेडी फॉर कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. यस, सो at least you are now aware about all these activities. So first activity, yes Pratham, what is the first activity in cash flow? Activities. How many activities are there? Operating activity, investing activity and financing activity. So there are 3 activities. बट अभी आप है ना पूरा फोकस कीजिए. अगला आधा घंटा पूरा फोकस. अभी आप मोबाइल के साथ मत खेलिए या कुछ भी मत कीजिए, सिर्फ फोकस कीजिए मैं जो बोल रहा हूं उसके ऊपर. यस. ओके. एंड अभी प्लीज लिखना शुरू कीजिए तो ध्यान रहेगा आपका. तो कहां तो भी लिखिए ये सभी. अभी लॉजिक ऑफ कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. रब पेज किधर भी लिखिए, पर अभी लिखिए प्रॉपरली. अभी सब लोग अगला 30 minutes, every one of you. Now please focus because I'm now starting with very important concept, logic of cash flow statement. So once you understood this statement, it is every question you can solve it very easily. So logic, understand it. And अभी पूरा फोकस 5 मिनट एक ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज कर लीजिए, शांति से आपके दिमाग में से सभी सोच निकाल दीजिए, रिमूव ऑल थॉट्स फ्रॉम योर माइंड. And now we are going to start. Everything, please remove it. Don't think for cash flow statement also. Now it's time to revise it. Logic, which is very easy concept. From your 11-12 standard, you prepared balance sheet and profit and loss account. That we are going to see. For cash flow statement, we do not need any journal entry. We do not need any ledger account. We just need profit and loss account and balance sheet. But how your P&L looks like, that you have to understand in cash flow statement and balance sheet. Clear है प्रथम? आपका नींद में से बाहर आ चुके हो आप. It's up 9 o'clock. Now I need 45 minutes extra. Okay. Trading and P&L account, and here it is balance sheet. I will give you one by one entry. You have to think how this will reflect in your balance sheet and focus on all entries. Focus on all entries. I'm going to give you only 6 entries, but you have to think how it will reflect in your trading and P&L account and balance sheet. First entry, cash introduced. Why we are doing this? Because we have to see our concept of financing, investing, and operating. Cash introduced. Beta, please write it by pencil, because every time you will change this figure. Okay, so at the end, balance sheet will be some different thing. So don't write balance sheet and trading and P&L account now. Post it afterwards. Okay, now only think and how it will look, that you have to understand. Cash introduced. What is the entry? Cash to capital. Cash account 1000 to capital 1000. Please don't get scared now. It's very easy. 12 standard entries I'm asking you now. So please मन में से anxiety निकाल दीजिए, कोई भी रहेगा तो nervousness निकाल दीजिए. हाँ. So tell me where cash, yes, trading and P&L and balance sheet. Simple T format balance sheet. Left side liability, right side asset. Trading and P&L account, left side expenses, right side income. Very simple. हाँ. So cash किधर जाएगा? Asset side, cash account. And focus कीजिए. Amounts पे focus कीजिए. Please focus on these amounts. Capital where to show? Liability side. So capital 1000. Very easy. Your trading and P&L account. So first entry, now you can visualize your capital. Please visualize your capital is 1000 and on the asset side your cash is 1000. Yes. Cash to capital. Second entry. Visualize. Second entry, purchase of fixed asset 500 in cash. So what comes in and what goes out? Fixed asset comes in to cash goes out. Whether it affects your liability side? No. Whether it affects your trading and P&L? No. So what will get reduced and what will get increased? Yes. Fixed asset 500 on the asset side. Very good, Pratham. And your cash is going to reduce by rupees 500. So cash will get reduced. And now your cash balance is 500. Please focus. Please focus. Cash 100, 500 rupees and fixed asset 500 rupees. Clear? So first entry. Now recall first entry. First entry क्या था? cash introduce 1000, cash account 1000 on the asset side. I am recalling all these entries because it is important at the time of cash flow statement. With amounts you have to recall. So cash account kitna tha aapka, yaad karo, 1000, and capital account 1000. Second entry mein which account gets affected? Cash. Whether there is any effect on capital account? No. Your fixed asset increased by 500 and cash reduced by 500. So now tell me, what is your balance sheet on the, yes, whether it affects any trading and P&L item now? No. Whether asset side is affected? Yes. What is the balance? Cash 500. Now you can visualize cash 500, fixed asset 500, and on the liability side you can visualize 1000. How many transactions are over? 2. So everything is now clear. First one is capital introduce of rupees 1000, and second one is fixed asset you bought of rupees 500. Everything is clear till now. Every time we will recall previous 2 entries because I want to know. आपको पूरा बैलेंस शीट लर्न करना है with figures that will help you while preparing cash flow statement. That's why you have to learn by heart these amounts. Okay. Otherwise, it's of no use. So you are getting this concept. So we prepare balance sheet and profit and loss account and trading and P&L account by using 2 entries. Third entry for you. Purchase goods. Purchase goods of rupees 100. Wait. Now see the accrual concept. See the accrual concept. Purchase goods of rupees 100, but you paid only 60. Pratham, please focus on this entry. Purchase goods rupees 100, but you paid rupees 60. Tell me, trading and P&L is prepared by using accrual concept or cash concept? Accrual. So your purchases will be debited in trading account. At what amount? 100. To cash 60 and to discount. डिस्काउंट 40 देंगे हम लोग. टू क्रेडिटर्स आएगा ना ये कौन? यस. सो टू क्रेडिटर्स रुपीज 40. परचेसेस 100, कैश 60, क्रेडिटर्स 40. करेक्ट है. नाउ परचेसेस. सो परचेसेस यू विल राइट बाय विच कॉन्सेप्ट? एक्रूअल. सो परचेस ट्रेडिंग के डेबिट में आ गया है. करेक्ट है. कैश बढ़ेगा या रिड्यूस होगा? टेल मी वेदर इट इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज. कैश डिक्रीजेस. हाउ मच? 60. सो योर कैश बैलेंस 440. वेरी गुड. 440. And your creditors 40. On which side? Liability side. So your creditors 40. So till now clear? Till now clear. Purchases kitna? 100. Cash 60 and creditors 40. So first thing, yes, first entry, cash to capital. Cash kitna tha? 1000. 1000 cash, capital side 1000. Then you bought fixed asset. Cash reduces by 500. Fixed asset increase by 500. Now purchases. Purchases trading ke accrual concept 100 debit. Cash is reduced by 60. Creditors increase by 40. Yes, now everything is clear. Everything is clear. Till now. Till now, everything is clear. All 3 entries. Yes, everyone can recall these entries, beta. So payment kitna kiya purchases mein? 60 and creditors 40. Yes, okay. These entries are important while preparing cash flow statement. That's why I'm telling you to visualize all amounts also. नहीं तो आप बोलोगे सर अमाउंट्स क्यों कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज इट इज नीडेड इन कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. सोल्ड गुड्स ऑफ 80 and received rupees 50. Sold goods of 80 and received rupees 50. What is the entry? So sales, at what amount you are going to record sales? 80 and cash comes in 50 and remaining 30 debtors. Yes, debtors बोलने का. Cash account debit 50, debtors 30, to sales 80. To sales 80. Effects 50, 30, 80. याद हो जाएगा. परचेस कितना किया था? परचेस 100, पेमेंट 60, क्रेडिटर्स 40. एंड इन केस ऑफ सेल्स कितना? सेल्स 80, cash comes in 50 and debtors 30. Very good. Now give effects. Cash में 50 plus 490. Very good. Debtors 30 and sales where to record? Trading credit by sales 80. Till now everything is clear. You can visualize all this. Chalo, all 4 entries. First one, cash to capital. Cash 1000, capital 1000. Second one, fixed asset. Fixed asset 500, cash goes out 500. Third one, purchases of 100, 60 paid minus 60 from cash, 40 payable, creditor side you can visualize. And fourth one, 80 sales, 50 received plus in cash. हाँ, so अभी तक कैश कैसे आया? फर्स्ट वन यू कैन टेक ऑन कैलसी 1000 माइनस 500 माइनस 60 प्लस 50, so 490. So till now everything is clear. कैश आपके ध्यान में आ रहा है? वेरी गुड. सो कैश आपका आ चुका है. फिफ्थ वन, depreciation provided 10%. Whether it affects your cash? No, because it's a non-cash expenditure. What is the entry? Very good. Depreciation account debit to fixed asset. Depreciation account debit to fixed asset. Depreciation where to record this? P&L चा debit ला. P&L के debit में 50. And now your fixed asset balance will be reduced by 50. Asset reduced by 50. So your asset side is 450. Your asset side is 450. Okay. So friends, first entry, cash to capital. Second entry, 1000. Cash to capital 1000. Second entry, fixed asset to cash 500. Third entry, purchases 100 to creditors, to cash 60, to creditors 40. Fourth entry, sales 80 sales, cash account 50, debtors 30, to sales 80, and last entry, depreciation to fixed asset. Wait, now last entry for this, closing stock. How many effects you are going to give? 2. By closing stock and asset side, stock in trade. On asset side, stock in trade. हाँ, क्या? नहीं, वो P&L नहीं है, साथ में वो ट्रेडिंग एंड P&L कंबाइन है. ट्रेडिंग एंड P&L. We are not going to record any expenditure. This is for only clarity purpose. This question is not actual problem. Bas, closing stock 90. So how much gross profit you are getting? Or net profit? So finally, net profit 20. Yes, correct. And where to add this 20? Capital 20 you will add, and your balance sheet is tallying at 1060. You can check your asset side also whether it's tallying 1060. So now it's time to prepare cash flow statement. So everyone, now by looking into this question, see beta, now looking into this trading and P&L, you can identify what happens in the past. So by looking into purchases, what happened beta? Purchases का क्या दिमाग में आया आपको? 100 rupees को देख के क्या दिमाग में आया आपको? Accrued 100 and you paid 60, you paid, and 40 is your creditors. So you identified by looking into purchases 100, 60, 40. By looking into sales, what you identified? 80, 50, 30. Very good. So cash 50, debtors 30, and sales 80. Very good. By looking into depreciation, what you understood? Cash में फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. It won't affect your cash. Depreciation to asset. Asset reduced by 50 rupees. Very good. By looking into net profit, this is a 20. Okay. Closing stock is nothing but it is an adjustment. So you have given 2 effects. One is closing stock. It won't affect your cash balance, but you have to write adjustment. Otherwise, it won't matching concept ko problem hoga. It won't match. Net profit you considered. Okay. What by looking into capital, what you understood? Capital introduced, that you understood. Capital introduced. Okay. 1000. Net profit chhod do. Capital introduced 1000 by looking into 1000. Net profit is nothing but it's a difference. By looking into creditors, what you understood? 40 rupees which we purchase. Whether we have made any payment to creditors now? No, not yet. We have not made any payment to creditors. It is creditors at the time of purchases only. Fixed asset. What you understood while looking into fixed asset? At what amount you bought that fixed asset? 500. And what is the depreciation on it? 50. So you are looking like 500 minus 50 is a fixed asset. Very good. Stock in trade is nothing but second effect. Stock in trade. Then debtors account. अरे मैं balance sheet asset side पे गया. By looking into debtors, what you understood? Sales किया था उसका पैसा अभी तक नहीं मिला है. 30 rupees is a credit sales. And by looking into cash account, what you understood? You started with 1000 minus 500 minus 60 plus 40. That you understood by cash account. Okay. So till now, assume कि you are in front of me, हाँ बेटा. Yes. So till now, everything is clear. Chalo. Now logic of cash flow statement we are starting with. Please understand. Logic of cash flow statement. Now you can see, please, yes, you do one thing. You write this trading and P&L account and balance sheet on the rough page. All these 6 adjustments only without entry, trading and P&L and balance sheet. Just note down this. Your trading and P&L account and balance sheet in front of you. So ye likh lo fatafat. You can give heading logic of cash flow statement. It's very simple till now. Till now, any difficulty? Simple 11-12 standard. I need your 15 to 20 minutes extra for concept clarity of cash flow statement. As per schedule, how many days we have for cash flow? Yes, any one of you, please give me in the comment section. कितना days है हमारे पास? Please, while solving cash flow statement, try to identify transaction behind it. Transaction behind it. So till now it's okay, beta. Very easy. Now tell me first item. First item of trading is purchases. Which is the related account with purchases? Creditors. So let's start with logic of cash flow statement. Purchases and creditors. We are interested in creditors account. So see, I will prepare creditors account. How much purchases I have? 100. So creditors means what plus what minus? Credit plus debit minus. It's simple. Credit plus debit minus. By purchases. By balance brought down. This is new business. So do you have any balance brought down? No. So no opening balance. No opening balance. Is it okay? Yes. By purchases. By purchases, beta, how much purchases we have? Yes. By purchases, 100. Wait अभी प्लीज थोड़ा 5 मिनट. अरे दो वो गर्म करके देता हूं आपको चाय थोड़ी देर बाद. By purchases 100. And what is balance carried down? 40. Now, what is 2 cash we paid? 60. 2 cash 60. See the creditors account. Okay. Now tell me, creditors is your regular account? मतलब ऑपरेटिंग अकाउंट और इन्वेस्टिंग अकाउंट और फाइनेंसिंग अकाउंट? क्रेडिटर्स ये डेली बेसिस पे आप ट्रेड करते हो ना उनके साथ, तो ये लाइबिलिटी रहने दीजिए, पर रेगुलर है, पेमेंट रेगुलर होते हैं, तो इट इज ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, नॉट फाइनेंसिंग. वेदर आई एम गेटिंग फाइनेंस फ्रॉम क्रेडिटर्स, so it's an operating activity. Now understand, in operating activity we have, understand it, yes, now understand this carefully. चलो एक बार क्रेडिटर्स अकाउंट समझ लेते हैं. क्रेडिटर्स अकाउंट बाय बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन, हाउ मच बेटा? 0. To balance carried down. I'm giving my best to clear your all concepts. I'm going with scratch, beta, scratch. नहीं तो कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, I remember my days where my sir told me to just divide it in 2 parts, direct and indirect, खत्म हो गया. I'm giving you from scratch कि क्या क्या हो रहा है ये. So to balance carried down 40 you have, to cash 60, and by purchases 100. Beta, operating activity, understand this. Now very very important concept, operating activity. This creditors is related to operating activity. We have 2 methods of presentation. On very first part of the session I started, cash flow statement is not routed through journal, ledger, trial balance, P&L, balance sheet. It is routed through only P&L and balance sheet, and it is only disclosure statement. It is only disclose. You have to present to your shareholders. And this presentation has 2 types of presentation. This presentation is divided in 2 parts. One is direct method. One is direct method. And second one is indirect method. How many methods you have? 2 methods. One is direct and second one is indirect. You are getting this concept better? Yes. Direct and indirect. Now, direct method means we routed through profit and loss account when it is possible, when P&L is given. But indirect method beta, indirect method, though P&L is given or not given, it doesn't matter. If P&L is given, so be you can use, and even not given, then also you can use. So this is a new concept for you. Direct method only if P&L items are given in the question. Only if P&L items are given in the question. And indirect. Now why the word is indirect, that I will explain you. So what is a new concept that you understood? Operating activity is divided in 2 parts. Is divided in 2 parts. One is direct and second one is indirect. Direct when possible beta? If P&L is given, and indirect is possible even P&L is given or not given. That's why which method is popular one? Indirect, because it is, though it is given, not given, and therefore it is more popular. But in exam they may ask you direct method also. So both methods, but more popular method is indirect. Difference we will see it in the next lecture once again. But understand it, direct method and indirect method. Direct. The word direct is directly, whether you are interested in accrual concept or you are interested in cash concept in cash flow statement, cash concept. So beta, direct method directly focus on which one? Directly onto cash. So as per direct method, you will directly focus on payment to creditors. On what beta? Payment to creditors. And how much you paid? 60 rupees. Directly 60 rupees you will focus, and directly payment. That's why this method is called as direct method. But wait, for indirect method. Now why the word is indirect? See the logic, फिर भूल जाता है. तो कट ऑफ डेट जैसा वर्ड था, तो here indirect method means what you have to understand. Indirect. Indirect means you will start from net profit. You will start from net profit. Indirect. Indirect. So I'm not directly focused on cash payment. I'm not directly focusing on cash payment. I am focusing on indirect way, and indirect way starts with net profit. Now tell me, this net profit is already inclusive of purchases. While calculating net profit, you already considered purchases. How much purchases you considered? 100 rupees. So net profit you already considered. I'm telling you the logic. I'm telling you the logic. So in exam, you will start with net profit. While doing indirect method, you will start with indirect net profit. And in net profit, you already considered, yes, beta, you already considered 100 rupees. You already considered that net profit 20, you already got it from purchases. Now tell me whether purchases reduced your profit or increase your profit. Reduce your profit. So purchases reduce your profit of 100. Payment to creditors is my outflow. You will start with 20, but for concept clarity, I am considering 100. You will start with 20. मैं 20 रुपए से आप start करोगे, but only for concept clarity, I am telling you purchases you considered 100 while calculating net profit. You got this concept? Okay. And tell me, beginning creditors is 0 and end creditors are 40. End creditors are 40. So increase in creditors or decrease in creditors? Increase in creditors. How much increase in creditors? 40 rupees. Increase in creditors. Now tell me, if your creditors are increasing, what it means? You will pay now or you will pay afterwards? Afterwards. So tell me, if you are paying afterwards, so for today, it is your inflow. Today it is inflow. You are going to pay it in future. When you are going to pay? In future. Future outflow. But today's saving, not saving. Today is no outflow. Today is no outflow. And no outflow means it's a positive figure. So whenever your liability is increasing, whenever your liability is increasing, it is your inflow. Whenever your liability is decreasing, it is outflow. Remember this. Liability increase and asset decrease is your inflow. And liability decrease and asset increase is your outflow. So liability increase is your inflow and asset decrease is your inflow. Inflow, asset decrease, becha. Liability decrease means outflow and asset increase means outflow. So now tell me, increase in creditors is rupees 40. So net impact 60 negative. Net impact 100 negative, 40 positive, 60 negative. So direct and indirect are giving me same answer. Direct method, you will focus directly on payment. You will directly focus on payment. But indirect method, you start with net profit. Net profit, BIS. But here net profit, I won't take BIS. So net profit already inclusive of that purchases. Purchases kitna tha? 100. And that net profit reduced because of that 100. So ये concept clarity के लिए है. ये concept clarity के लिए. For only concept clarity, I am considering this 100. But while solving the answer, you will start with 20. While solving, because 100 is already included in that. You are getting this concept. When you start with net profit, आप जब net profit से शुरू करोगे, तो 20 से ही शुरू करना है. पर मैं ये concept clear कर रहा हूं, इसलिए मैं 100 से शुरू किया. I want to show both are giving same answer. So when you are focusing directly on payment, तो ये कौन सी मेथड होगी? डायरेक्ट मेथड. एंड व्हेन यू स्टार्ट विथ नेट प्रॉफिट, सो नेट प्रॉफिट 20 से शुरू करोगे. पर फॉर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी, आई स्टार्टेड विथ परचेसेस -100. and increase in creditors. So indirect method, so you can see here, direct method is focusing on to cash. Direct method, you can check here. Direct method to cash. How much? 60. And to balance carried down 40. Buy balance brought down 0. And buy purchases 100. When you focus on purchases and opening closing balance difference, it is indirect method. And when you focus on directly to cash, it is direct method. Both are giving same answer or different answer? Same answer. You are getting minus 60. But in exam, whether you will start with purchases or net profit, net profit. So why I consider purchases over here? Concept clarity. Only for concept clarity, I told you to start with 100, minus 100. That net profit reduced my profit due to purchases. Now you can check this statement, both methods. Direct method, yes, you will directly focus on payment to creditors. Now you can visualize this. Yes बेटा, ये slide बनाने को ना बहुत time लगा है, बहुत time consuming है, but it will save your efforts on direct and indirect method. So directly minus 60. Which method? तो क्यों मोबाइल 10 बार हाथ में? And indirect method आप किस पे फोकस करते हो? You will start with net profit, but net profit already inclusive of purchases. Purchases already included, and net profit reduce होगा या बढ़ेगा due to purchases? Reduce होगा. So outflow हुआ 100, and then difference in opening and closing balance. So creditors are increasing or decreasing? Creditors are increasing or decreasing during the year? Increasing. So it's outflow or inflow? Inflow. Payment later, so inflow. And it is also showing 40 minus 0, 40. So net effect is 60. You can write it now. Creditors account. So which two accounts are related from trading and P&L account and balance sheet? Now tell me, while solving, only balance sheet is given. And if you start with net profit, so do you need P&L account? No. So indirect method, we no need of trading and P&L items. But when you solve direct method, you have to know what is purchases, and that's why you are calculating to cash. And therefore, for direct method, mandatory trading and P&L items are required. Now you got the concept? Yes. Write it. नेट प्रॉफिट रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस से मिलेगा ना आपको. तो यू स्टार्टेड विथ 20. उसके बाद क्या? गुड क्वेश्चन दैट आई विल टेल यू. दैट P&L बैलेंस इज इंपॉर्टेंट ना. P&L इज ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड ना, दैट नेट प्रॉफिट. So you just have to calculate increase in creditors. You will start with net profit. It is already inclusive of 100 rupees, and you just add increase in creditors. Yes, वो तो देना ही पड़ेगा. Opening and closing balance of creditors are given in the question. Yes. Opening and closing balances are given, mandatory. Then only it's possible, na? So you don't need purchases because it is already included in net profit. In which method? Indirect method. So whatever you understood, yes, please tell me it in the comment section. Whatever you understood, please tell me it in comment section. Yes, we will finish this concept, direct and indirect. Only 15 minutes I need. Once I will finish with this concept, then you can solve questions by your own in the second session. So you will try questions. Beta, it's very difficult to understand direct versus indirect in first lecture. It minimum takes 3 to 4 sessions. But are you getting this concept? See, beta, one simple thing. Direct method, you will directly focus on payment to creditors. And in indirect method, you start with net profit and you will consider only increase in debtors or decrease in debtors. Increase in creditors, decrease in creditors. Increase in prepaid expense, decrease in prepaid expense. All current assets and current liabilities, you will focus. Sir, how increase in asset is outflow? But whenever I'm buying any asset, then my asset is getting increased, and buying means payment. Buying means payment. So outflow. Increase in liability, I will pay in future. So today inflow, C for the today. Cash flow statement talks about today's thing, not afterwards, later part. Increase in creditors means you will pay later, and decrease in creditors means you paid now. So outflow. Increase in asset means you bought one asset, outflow. Decrease in asset means you sold one asset, inflow. Easy che? Whatever you understood, you can write it in the comment section. I will rectify. If I think it's wrong in your mind, yes, I will rectify. Very good. Who wrote this? Ritika Verma. Direct method, we see cash payment. Indirect method, we will focus on net profit and increase in or decrease in creditors. If increase in creditors, it means inflow, and decrease in creditors, it means it's outflow. रितिका को पूरा समझ में आया. पूजा, क्रेडिटर्स इनफ्लो कैसे हुआ? बेटा क्रेडिटर्स को हम लोग बाद में पे करेंगे, बाद में. एक बार हिंदी में समझ लो. चलो हिंदी वाले समझ लो फटाफट. देखो बेटा, कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट बनाने के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है डायरेक्ट मेथड, इनडायरेक्ट मेथड. डायरेक्ट मेथड जो होती है वो डायरेक्टली फोकस करते कितना आपने पेमेंट किया, कितना रिसीट किया. सो डायरेक्ट मेथड में हम लोग टू कैश पे फोकस करते, डायरेक्ट 60 रुपीज आउटफ्लो, खत्म हो गया. पर डायरेक्ट मेथड जब जानना होगा तो आपको ओपनिंग बैलेंस भी लगेगा, परचेस भी लगेगा एंड क्लोजिंग बैलेंस लगेगा, तब आप बैलेंसिंग फिगर निकाल सकते हो. पर मेरे एग्जाम में मुझे ट्रेडिंग पता ही नहीं है. ट्रेडिंग पता नहीं तो मैं परचेसेस फाइंड आउट कर सकता हूं क्या? सर ट्रेडिंग ही नहीं पता, परचेस कहां से लाऊंगा? सो ट्रेडिंग नहीं पता होगा, ट्रेडिंग एंड P&L अकाउंट, तो आई हैव टू डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट विथ नेट प्रॉफिट. नेट प्रॉफिट तो दिया रहेगा क्वेश्चन में, रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस में नेट प्रॉफिट तो दिया रहेगा. सो नेट प्रॉफिट मतलब 100 रुपया उसमें ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड है. नेट प्रॉफिट में कौन इंक्लूड है? 100 रुपीज ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड है, डिडक्ट करके आया है. नेट प्रॉफिट 100 रुपया माइनस करके आया, तो -100 ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड है. अभी मैं किस पे फोकस करेगा? ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग क्रेडिटर्स. ओपनिंग कितना है? 0. क्लोजिंग कितना है? 40. तो 0 और 40 का डिफरेंस, 40 रुपया इनफ्लो हुआ, खत्म हुआ आंसर. 60 रुपीज आ गया, 60 रुपीज आ गया. यस बेटा, 3 आइटम्स देखने हैं. यस, we have to take purchases instead of profit as profit is already added in purchases. क्या बोल रहे हो उनको ही पता चला. चलो ठीक है, हिंदी में बोल दीजिए बेटा, नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो कमेंट यू कैन पास इट इन हिंदी, दो स्टूडेंट्स हु आर नॉट राइटिंग इट प्रॉपरली. यस, नाउ थिंक फॉर सेल्स बेटा, थिंक फॉर सेल्स. सेकंड आइटम इज सेल्स. तो सेल्स एंड विच अकाउंट यू विल नीड? यस, सेल्स चाहिए. सेल्स कौन से मेथड में चाहिए? डायरेक्ट मेथड में. डायरेक्ट मेथड में सेल्स चाहिए, बट इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में सेल्स चाहिए क्या? नहीं. वी विल स्टार्ट विथ नेट प्रॉफिट डायरेक्टली. यस, सेल्स. सेल्स के साथ जुड़ा कौन सा अकाउंट है? डेटर्स. सो डायरेक्ट मेथड, यस, डेटर्स अकाउंट. व्हाट प्लस एंड व्हाट माइनस? डेबिट प्लस क्रेडिट माइनस. टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन, व्हाट इज द अमाउंट? 0. टू सेल्स 80. बाय बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन 30. And what is by cash? Balancing figure. Now you only tell me, डायरेक्ट मेथड में कैसे आएगा और इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में कैसे आएगा? पास इट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन फास्ट. बेटा पूजा, coincidentally it is getting 20 plus 40 60. We mandatorily have to consider 100. बहुत मिसकॉन्सेप्ट है बेटा आपके दिमाग में. पूजा PS, whatever I am telling you, net profit you can't start with 20. Net profit we can't start with 20. Remember, we have to start with 100 here because we have lack of information in this question. यस, चलो 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 फास्ट. हाँ बेटा, आपका हो गया क्या डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट से दोनों से? हाँ, तो टेल मी, डायरेक्ट मेथड यू विल फोकस ऑन रिसीट फ्रॉम कस्टमर 50 रुपीज. करेक्ट है? indirect method you will start with net profit, but here you won't start with net profit. Here you will focus on, we are on under concept clarity. So we will start here with net profit, or here we will start with sales. So sales, what is the sales over here? 80. So already included sales. Tell me, net profit is increased due to sales or decreased due to sales? Increase. So 80 positive. Income, therefore it is positive. But in exam, will you start with 80 or will you start with 20? 20, because all items are there, na, net profit ke. And now increase in debtors, 0 and 30. Increase in debtors, increase in assets. So debtors will pay you later. So today it's outflow or inflow? Outflow. So increase in debtors. So payment will be later, and therefore 30 minus you will get, and net figure will be 50. Net figure will be 50. Net profit, Tanishka, net profit is 80 beta. You will consider 80. You consider 100 beta. Wrong. 80 and 30. Now you understood this? Easy che? Okay. Next one. Now next item is beta related to this. चलो तीसरा, परचेस हुआ, सेल्स हुआ. Now depreciation. Now which is the next item? Depreciation. And which is related to depreciation? Fixed asset. Whether there is bifurcation, direct or indirect, in operating activity or investing activity or financing activity, this bifurcation is only in operating. So beta fixed asset is investing activity. At what price you bought the asset? Yes, 500. To cash, 500. By depre, 50. And by balance carried down, 450. Now direct method में कुछ नहीं आएगा. But now understand, direct method, ignore this item, depreciation, because it's a non-cash item. But indirect method, how you started with indirect method, beta? Net profit. Okay, you started with net profit. Now understand, you started with net profit. But tell me whether this net profit is accrual or whether this net profit is cash. Accrual. And you want cash operating profit. You want, therefore, you don't have to consider depreciation. You will eliminate depreciation. What you are going to do? You are going to eliminate depreciation from net profit. So tell me, depreciation you deducted at the time of the net profit, or you will add at the time of net profit? Deducted. So beta, now you don't want that depreciation, so you will add back. You will add back already included depreciation, and we don't want this, therefore, so already deducted, and we want to make it 0, so therefore we will add this depreciation. So net profit ke time pe, because you want 0 na, you want 0, you consider this minus 50 in net profit calculation, but you don't want depreciation, so you will add back it. एक बार मैं वापस बोलता हूँ हिंदी में. हम लोग पुजारी है एक्रूअल कॉन्सेप्ट के, हम लोग पुजारी है एक्रूअल कॉन्सेप्ट के, और हमें कौन सा प्रॉफिट चाहिए? अरे भाई मुझे कैश प्रॉफिट चाहिए रे, कैश प्रॉफिट चाहिए. डेप्रिसिएशन ने क्या कर दिया? डेप्रिसिएशन जेब से तो नहीं गया मेरे, तो मैंने डेप्रिसिएशन माइनस कर दिया था, पर मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए. डेप्रिसिएशन नेट प्रॉफिट के टाइम पे मैंने माइनस कर दिया, पर डेप्रिसिएशन मेरे जेब से नहीं जा रहा है, तो मैं क्यों कंसीडर करूं कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट में? तो मुझे वो कंसीडर नहीं करना है, इसीलिए मैं उसको एड बैक करेगा, इसीलिए मैं उसको एड बैक करेगा, तब जाके मेरा आंसर आएगा कैश प्रॉफिट. इफ आई स्टार्टेड विथ नेट प्रॉफिट, नेट प्रॉफिट में ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड है, तो इसलिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? एड बैक करना पड़ेगा. एंड इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी में से, सो डायरेक्ट मेथड में कुछ करना है कि आपको? डायरेक्ट मेथड में नहीं, ऑपरेटिंग को कुछ नहीं करना है. इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में क्या करना है? डेप्रिसिएशन एड बैक करना है. इफ यू स्टार्ट विथ नेट प्रॉफिट एंड इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी में से कितना माइनस होगा तेरा 500। अरे कैसे रे, 500 रुपए जेब से जाएगा ना, इन्वेस्टिंग रे, ये तो ऊपर का ऑपरेटिंग में हुआ ये इफेक्ट। ऑपरेटिंग में जीरो करना है। हाँ, कैश गया तो कौन सी एक्टिविटी आपकी, आउटफ्लो, इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी। यू गॉट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट नाउ। हाँ, तो डायरेक्ट मेथड में क्या करोगे, डेप्रिसिएशन इग्नोर। इनडायरेक्ट मेथड में क्या करोगे, एड बैक। एंड इन्वेस्टिंग में से कितना जाएगा, 50 या 500, 500। यस, इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी आउटफ्लो 500। सोचो, I know you are doing it for the first time, so it will take some time to grasp this concept. Okay? Yes. Next one. Closing stock. Closing stock. Yes, beta. Whether closing stock affects your trial balance, direct method में you will ignore. You will ignore because no cash outflow. But indirect method, how you started, net profit. So net profit already included closing stock. बराबर है. So whether closing stock increase your net profit or decrease your net profit, increase. How much closing stock is there? 90. So closing stock is 90. Net profit already increased. So net profit already inclusive of 90. You don't have to do, it is only for concept clarity I am writing 90. But in exam you start with whatever net profit balance you have, that is 20 rupees. So already inclusive 90. Huh. But indirect method, your opening stock is 0 and your closing stock is 90. It means there is increase in stock and increase in asset, outflow. So increase in stock is outflow, net effect is 0. So direct method, ignore it. But indirect method, you start with net profit and you consider only increase in stock. So net effect is 0. Net effect is 0. You got this concept? Yes, which is very, very important. And last item is capital. Capital is a financing activity. You raise 0 ka capital 1000 hua. So it's introduced. So therefore it's a financing activity. Yes, beta, it is a financing activity. 1000 inflow. 1000 inflow. Now please check your cash flow statement. How your cash flow statement will look like. Last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes. Direct method. Chalo. Direct method mein you focus on cash flow from operating activities. You focus on which concept, beta? Direct method mein. Directly, first one is payment to creditors. कितना था payment to creditors? 60. Then receipt from debtors 50. So net effect beta -10 cash from operations. Income tax हमारे क्वेश्चन में था क्या? नहीं. So dash, but this is a presentation. Income tax presentation. Extraordinary is any extraordinary in this question? No, it is a concept clarity question. So beta, cash flow from operating activities you are getting -10. What is the cash flow from investing activity? Outflow of 500. Very good. You bought that fixed asset. How much? 500. So this is directly 500. So -10, -500. And how much? Financing activity beta, capital introduced 1000. So capital raise is 1000, outer column 1000. So how much balance? -10, -500, plus 1000. So net increase or decrease in cash is 490. And now this is E. So this is 3 ka total. And E, what is the cash equivalent at the beginning? 0. And what is the cash equivalent at the end? 490. Whether your balance is matching with this difference 0 and 490. And this is how your cash flow statement look like. So cash flow statement is divided in 3 parts. Cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from operating activities, investing activity, financing activity, then total. And this total matches with your difference of opening and closing balance of cash and cash equivalent. So ये होता है cash flow statement. Indirect method. Understand. Indirect method you started with rupees. Net profit You started with 20. Now please check your P&L account and balance sheet. P&L account, you started with 20. In that, depreciation you will add back. I already told you, depreciation add back 50. So this is called as operating profit before working capital changes. Working capital matlab what? Working capital means current assets and current liabilities. Increase in creditors, increase in debtors, increase in stock, that you will consider here. So this is divided in 3 parts. Net profit. Net profit ke baad you will get operating profit before working capital changes. Now you will consider that adjustment. Increase in creditors. How much increase in creditors? 40. Then increase in debtors, negative 30. And increase in stock, negative 90. And you are getting cash flow from operations minus 10, same figure as direct method. But you will start with which amount? Net profit. I know it's thoda sa difficult to grasp. Please take a screenshot of this. Yes, screenshot le lijiye, minus 10. And remaining activities are same. This is indirect method. You start with net profit, then you will get operating profit before working capital changes, and then you will get cash flow from operation. बेटा कौन सा इजी था, डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट? इनडायरेक्ट भी समझ में आया. सो इनडायरेक्ट का एक फंडा मैं आपको बताता हूं. व्हाट इज योर एम? Yes. What is your aim? Yes, beta. You want cash from operations. बराबर है? Cash from operation is your aim. And you started with net profit. You started with net profit. From net profit, now see, net profit is inclusive of non-cash item also, plus non-operating items also. Which items? Non-cash and non-operating. So first step, you will eliminate those items. Which items? Non-cash and non-operating. So non-operating, dividend received, interest paid, interest received, all these are non-operating. Non day-to-day nahi hai, investing hai, financing hai. So I will eliminate those items. And from that, I will get operating accrued profit. Which profit? Operating accrued. See, only operating I am getting. I will eliminate. And this is called as operating profit before working capital changes. And from this second step, I will consider current asset increase, current liability decrease as outflow, and current asset decrease and current liability increase inflow. So working capital changes I will do, and I will get the cash from operations. So this is how you are reaching to your aim. You start with net profit. First you will eliminate. What you are going to eliminate? Please understand. Please write it 4 times. I'm starting with net profit. I'm eliminating what? Non-operating and non-cash items. Now this is very first step. So I will get operating accrued profit, but technically it is called as operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. From this I will deduct working capital changes. Working capital means what? Current asset increase, current liability decrease, current asset decrease, current liability increase. Current asset decrease और current liability increase को क्या बोलेंगे? Inflow, outflow. And then I will get cash generated from operating activity or operations. Once again, you will start with net profit. What you are going to eliminate? Eliminate non-operating and non-cash. We are going to solve many questions, beta. This is only concept day. Okay, so please understand. Net profit, eliminate non-operating and non-cash. So we are getting operating accrued profit. But whether I want operating accrued profit or operating cash profit, what is technically called as operating accrued profit? ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट बिफोर वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस, नाम को याद करो। और इसमें हम लोग क्या एडजस्ट करेंगे अभी, करंट एसेट्स एंड करंट लाइबिलिटी चेंजेस। एसेट इंक्रीज लाइबिलिटी डिक्रीज क्या होगा, सॉरी एसेट डिक्रीज लाइबिलिटी इंक्रीज इनफ्लो, एंड एसेट इंक्रीज लाइबिलिटी डिक्रीज आउटफ्लो। But it's very difficult to fit it in one day. It's really very difficult, but I tried my best. You have 2 days. You solve minimum 4 to 5 illustrations. Apply your own logic. I am going to give you shortcuts. On Tuesday, I am going to take problems. I have completed your base. अभी तक पूरा नहीं हुआ है. Only 30% you understood. But I tried my best to visualize what is operating profit, what is accrued profit, what is cash profit. Otherwise, I have one option. Do it mechanically and post it like other students are doing. You want that way or you want logical way? Logical way. You are getting this way? Okay. Yes. So thank you today. Yes. Thank you for your patience till last minute. Those who are watching till now, those all students who are watching till last minute, yes, thank you and having, yes, wonderful patience. So next session is the action day of problems. Please rewatch. If you are not comfortable with the concept clarity part, don't worry. This is slightly difficult to grasp this concept because accrual and cash concepts are different one. But I hope I have made very easy. Today, what is your homework? First, go through all activities, operating, investing, and financing. Understand the difference between direct and indirect. And tell me in the comment section, are you getting it at least 50%? If not, yes, you have 3 more days. Ray. Don't worry, Sanket sir is with you. Chalo, thank you. And tomorrow we will, on Tuesday we are going to meet. Don't miss Tuesday's session. Very, very important one. Thank you. Yes. Chalo.